Sorry guys, my internet just went down and due to that my Zoom recorder was off. So I'll be continuing with the topic to where I left from. So where was I? So I was explaining why this particular DD plus was happening. Why was it happening? Because the sellers to make such small move, the sellers have to take the strength of RSI bigger than the for buyers to make these trending move, they have to take the small energy of RSI. But for the sellers to make such small move, they have to take the bigger chunk of the RSI. That's why this particular thing is happening. Now, how to usually you will see that RSI trader will either take a trade from this breakout, or either they are so much confident that they believe that their divergence, that their DD plus will work. They can also take the entry from this point, I mean from this point, or else you can also as a RSI trader. Okay, I don't do this thing. I'm just mentioning this for theory sake. You can either take the entry from this breakout point, from the point where of the breakout of swing high, or you can take the entry from this pullback point. Okay, if you are confident. Okay. Now, in downtrend, what usually occurs is a negative reversal, as named by Andrew Cardwell sir, and what I like to call is disproportional displacement minus. Disproportional displacement minus occurs in a downtrend. In a withstanding downtrend, price makes a lower high, RSI makes a higher high. Price makes a lower high, whereas makes RSI makes a uh, higher high. You'll also see that there is some component of classical divergence in it too. You will see that the price is making a lower low. Let me just recall you the points of bullish divergences. Price is making a lower low, whereas the RSI is making a higher lows. You can see that price is making, in this point, price is making a lower low, whereas the RSI is making a higher low. After that, this particular classical divergence is also making a trending reversal. It's also making a trending sort of thing, sort of divergence. Let that trend pass. Okay, you guys would have noticed that in my background usually sound of local train occurs. Just ठीक है. I live nearby a station, so that's really हम लोग का आदत ही हो गया लोकल ट्रेन का आवाज पूरे दिन सुनते सुनते. ठीक है. So this is the thing. Price is making a lower high, whereas the RSI is making a higher high. If you are confident enough, you can take a short sell entry from this point, or else you can wait and you can also take a short sell entry after this particular swing low point breaks. Okay. Usually you will see that I am a bullish sort of guy because I am also a swing trader. You will see that I'll easily track down this sort of structures easily, and I'm not really that good with shorting or uh, intraday trades. Not not because I haven't tried those things. Just that I need I want a peaceful life, because this is just a part-time thing for me. That's why I need a peaceful life. That's why I'm not that much concentrating upon intraday trading or becoming a full-time trader, giving my full self to the stock markets. That's why you'll also see that being a swing trader, being a sort of full-time investor, you can say, because I invest in stock markets majorly, then my major chunk of my money which I have saved for stock markets go towards investments, and the remaining chunk I use it for trading. Okay. So then too, in trading also I only do swing trading. So you will usually see that you'll usually see that my, I am it's easy for me to track down such structures. For It's easy for me to track down structures in uptrend because it's like a human nature in me. Kitna bhi kar lo, I have a bias. I can't be like machines. I don't have an algorithm inside me. Like you just code this thing out. If this thing if this particular action is happening, you have to act like this. It's not it's not because I embrace that I'm a human, so I have to accept the fact that I have more bias towards uptrend, and not that I won't say that I don't take the I don't take benefits of short selling, or when the crash occurs I don't do that. I won't say that I'm a, because if when in future I'll show you my short sell positions, or all of that, you'll say that Dhruvin, you are a hypocrite, man. But no guys, I do take benefits when देखो, as per time you have to be dynamic. Okay. So when such times occur, when there is a good crash, you are seeing that in those times you can take fruitful benefits of those particular times, then I do that. But in long term structure, in long time, I have much more bias towards uptrend because my full concentration is much more towards the structures. Okay. So in disproportional displacement, or as Andrew Carville sir has named it, positive reversals or negative reversals, in these structures too, you have something like if the structure is happening between x plus 2 or x plus 2 sessions, like x1 2 sessions, it is the strongest structure. Within 2-day session it is happening, it's the strongest structure. And if it is happening between like 5 to 10, in between 5 to 10, or like 2 to 10 sessions, it is a strong structure. And for it to be considered as a okay structure, if it crosses like, if it's between like 10 to 20, like it can be. But really, for me it's not that important. I haven't given emphasis in that. Okay. Now, how to do price targeting using RSI? देखो, for me this particular topic is, just guys, don't be offended if you are RSI lovers, but this particular topic is senseless. For me it is senseless, guys. And I'm just emphasizing this fact that for me it is senseless because this is my video, guys. This is my video. I'm showing you how the way I do it. I'm just showing you guys that, because using RSI to plot the targets, using RSI to plot the entry exit points, or stop loss, is senseless for me, because I I usually concentrate much more upon price volume analysis. Although RSI is also my forte too, because I do take RSI into confluences, but not for trades. Okay, guys, not for trades, not for taking trade, or not for taking positions. I do use RSI for plotting confluences, guys. Okay? Although for theory's sake, as Andrew Cudwell sir has taught us, I'll just be. It's worth mentioning. Okay? If you find that this particular thing is good for you, because then ऐसा नहीं होना चाहिए that I have missed this thing, and you'll be saying that Dhruvin, you haven't taught us this. Because if you have learned from somewhere else, if you have learned from Andrew Cardwell sir, or somewhere else on YouTube, or some blogs, or like on Telegram. So this shouldn't happen. Dhruvin, you are an RSI lover too, and you haven't taught us. Okay, I am a RSI lover, but I am not that much hardcore dedicated towards RSI. RSI for me is an indicator only. An indicator's job is lagging. Indicator is lagging. Okay, you are RSI level. I don't want to offend you guys. Just don't be. I have my own opinion towards RSI. Just don't be that particular guy who just comments and uh, cusses me, or who just comments ill things that how come you can say such things for RSI. Guess no, I don't have any uh, sorry, I don't have any bad feelings for you guys. I don't have any bad things for RSI as well, because I won't on in first place if I had hated RSI, I won't be teaching you this guys as well. Okay. For sake of understanding, for sake of theory, I'll be going through this for you guys. Okay. In bearish divergences and in bullish divergences, as I've said, the period is located like this. X is the first swing point in here to bullish divergence. X is the first swing low point. This particular after this X in bearish divergence, after the X, the swing low point occurs is the first session. Okay, it could be sessions could also occur here, but you have to plot the swing low too. Okay, this could be in any session. This could be the first point could be here, second point could be here, third point could be here. But in this particular example, the first session has occurred here. The first session is only the swing low point, and the second session is that means X plus 2 session is the uh, next swing high point. That means a bearish divergence has occurred. Okay, bearish divergence in an uptrend. Okay, in downtrend, the X session is here. The first or second session has could have occurred anywhere here, but in this particular example, the first session has occurred. Uh, the first session is only the swing high point, and the second session is the swing low point, and this is how the counting is done. This is how the overall counting of X plus 2 or X plus 5. It can be anything like X 1 2 3 4 5 X, like X plus 14. It can be anything. Okay, but just make sure to make a highlight of swing points. Okay, make a highlight of swing points. It could be of any sessions, any nth session, but you have to make a highlight of that swing point, because you have to make a highlight that because you have to make a note of that price while using the targeting process. Particularly, Andrew Cardwell sir has taught us to use price targeting using RSI for trending structures only. That is, for me, the trending structure is DD minus and DD plus, which is positive and negative reversal. How to how to how to place targets in. Wait, what happened? I guess this particular point is missing right now. Then too, I'll just show you. Okay, I'll just explain you. I have just omitted this. I have mentioned this whole point, but I guess I have omitted this point. So I'll just show you how to do it orally only. Okay. In negative reversal occurs in a downtrend. How to plot the target? You have to take the difference between the X point, the swing high point, and this swing high point. You have to take the difference between these two. Okay, this is RSI. Okay, in price you have in price the that particular swing, this in price the that particular price in the price chart, that particular swing high, just go to that swing point and see that swing high would be a lower low. What is it? ठीक है, that in price chart that price would be a lower high, I mean sorry, lower high, but the RSI will be making a higher high. So in price you have to take the point of these particular RSI, ठीक है. So in price you have to take the difference between these two sessions, x minus 2, ठीक है, which is 123 minus 2 is 2 points, 2 rupees, 2 rupees ka session, and you have to subtract to get the target. You have to subtract from this point. Why to subtract? Because you are in a downtrend and you are targeting towards the downside, okay, you are targeting towards the downtrends, right? That's why you have to subtract 120. One sec, okay. Okay, in this particular example, I guess uh, you have to subtract from this point, from this low point, 118 minus 2, 116, or even the target goes lower. But the way I have learned it, that you have to subtract from this point 120 minus 2, that is 118. Okay, the target would be 118, or it can be anything. Okay, but I don't, but in particular I don't use uh, RSI for targeting, but just for sake of understanding, I'm just wasting my time, I should say. Okay. In DD plus, in positive reversal, you have to take the difference between these two sessions, x minus 2, the 115 rupees minus 118 is 3 rupees. Okay. You have to add to this point, you have to add to 119. Okay. You have to 100 add to, you have to add 219, add, because you have to add because you are in uptrend and you are positioning your entry towards the upside. That's why you have to add. Okay, okay, that's why, that's how the target would be 122. But in this particular example they have added from the added added the difference from this point. That's why that's how you can also take this point into consideration too, as per this example, if you want. But this is for just for theory sake. I really don't use it. I haven't used it ever. ठीक है, मैं तो एक्चुअली भूल भी गया था एक पॉइंट के बाद ये पर्टिकुलर चैट करने के बाद अब भी याद आ रहा है. आई एम जस्ट टीचिंग यू गाइस राइट नाउ. ठीक है, you have to you can also add to this point, or you can also add to this point. You can, target would be approx between 122 and 123. Okay, this is how it's done in price targeting. Okay. Let me just show you some examples of divergence in charts. Jindal Steel, Jindal. Nifty Metals is really outperforming, huh, guys? Nifty Metals is really in a strong preferred sector. Even see how Nifty Metal is beautifully making. How beautifully Nifty Metal, sorry, how beautifully Jindal Steel has made this particular vertical movement case. Let me show you weekly chart. Sorry. So the divergences, guys, usually is best using line charts only, guys, because the thing is now you have to use line charts because RSI is derived from closing price. Okay, and the line charts are also derived from closing price. So where can we locate the where can we locate the okay, I found one. I found one DD plus. Beautiful. This is one this क्या बोलते हैं, this is one example of DD plus. ठीक है, price took some sort of hit. Even you can see the price, the momentum, the price is moving on. The retracement it is making is with a lower volumes, relatively lower volumes, and you can see that whenever the price is making some high, it is making the relative volumes are really high. You can see that how the volumes are gradually increasing. Here too you can see how the relative volumes are also high. Okay, okay. This is one example of so how to place the target as per textbooks example. I'll show you. This particular close is 308 sort of. Okay, this particular closes. This particular close is 308. Let's take 308. This is 314. It's like 6 points. Add 6 point to this particular point. Add 6 points to this particular point, which is 349, and see how beautifully it has even crossed the target. Only usually I've seen that uh, such the, such structures, such DD plus gives you double the target. Okay, double the difference, the difference का target. ठीक है, even you can take 12 points. The difference which we made was of 6 point. Even you can take 12 points. Okay, see, price is making sorry, RSI is making a lower low, whereas the price is making a higher low. Okay, other example of DD plus is, let me show you one. Let me see where this one. Okay, guys, you can see that in here too we can find a DD plus in here, in this point, in these 2 points. Let me plot it. If you are a hardcore RSI trader, you can take if you can be confident and you can take the entry from this point. And if you are a conservative trader, you can take a breakout entry after this particular swing high has been broken. Okay, see one more DD plus I have found. I'll show you. I've seen many people using some many sorts of indicator to plot divergence. Seriously, guys, yeah, it's too much easy. It's too much easy. Even I can plot the DD plus and DD minus. I'll just showing you the easy way to plot the DD plus and DD minus using line charts. But it's really easy. Yeah. Just guys, I please I beg, yeah, don't use indicators to plot the divergences. See, how easily it can be plotted here. Just train your eye, just don't be handicapped. Okay, don't make yourself handicapped. And just train your eye to plot the divergences. Okay guys, don't use the naked charts only. Yeah, I've just shown you the easy way of plotting the divergences using line charts. I even do plot the divergence using candles also. Let me show you the next example. So I guess pharma sector is also in my radar, in my next radar. Okay. Mm, in fact, I do find one DD plus, but the let me just cover this particular example in advanced section only, because this particular example is of a topic named by RSI signals revisited. Okay. Let me cover that topic in that. Let me cover that topic in that. RSI signals revisited, or even channels. Okay. This is a sort of flat type of divergence. You can say flattish type. Price is 425. No, this can't be counted as flatness. ठीक है, थोड़ा flat है. From this point to this point, price is more prices of in flat. ठीक है. If you want, we can take. Sometimes we can give a leeway. Don't be hard on yourself for rules. You can just break rules if you want to get. Even the breakout of this swing high, you can see that even the breakout of this swing high has happened with good amount of volumes here, guys. Okay, you could have taken entry in this pullback point because the volumes are relatively very low. Even this is the 100 moving average of the volume. It's very low. It's very low. It's dry volume, guys. You if you were confident and if you were confident enough, you could have taken a trade in this point. You could have taken a pullback trade, and even after the breakout, this is a good point to trade. I'm not giving you a call, guys, because that's I won't be giving you calls. Yeah, you could even this is a good position to take trade because the breakout has happened with good volumes. Let me see how was the candle. Array, yeah, beautiful. The breakout has happened with good amount, good wide range candle. यार और क्या चाहिए? Just look at the delivery volumes. If the delivery volumes is also good, guys, this breakout was like mashallah. Okay, let me just show you some examples of DD minus. This would you will just notice that this can be harder for me to plot because I'm really not that good with. I'm really not that good with this thing. Downtrend moves. No. I have found one NR or DD minus. price is making a lower high, whereas the RSI is making a higher high point. You can even take you could have even take the entry from this breakdown of this particular swing low, or you could, if you were a confident, if you had confidence in yourself, you could have taken the entry from this pullback point, from this retracement point. And you can even see that the price is also in a short term lower high lower low section. So yes, you would have been in a trending trade, I can say. Although volumes aren't that much supportive. Okay, down moves are with uh, down moves are happening with relatively good volumes, not higher volumes. I should say good volumes. Still, you had some sort of some bit of volumes on your side, but take it. But compared to this volumes, these are nowhere nearby these volumes. Take it, but the trend trading for this was good. Let me show you the. This is my last example, guys. After this, we'll just pack up. Hmm. Or in the form. Oh, very expensive. This can be a good example of time population, I guess. You see. Yes, let me just cover this topic in. Let me also cover this topic in advanced part also. Still, we can see that this is a good example of positive reversal. This is a good example of DD plus. Then too, I'll also try to uh, cover this particular topic in. This can be covered under the part of time frame pollution. Okay, as you can see, we can. Sorry, my plotting wasn't perfect. Okay, I have plotted from this swing low point to this swing low point. Price is making higher lows, whereas the RSI is making lower lows. You could have taken entry from this breakout point, or you could have used the theory of that price targeting. You could have used that. Okay, you could have used this particular thing. Not an issue. Okay. So guys, this is it. I hope you find this session very useful, and thank you for listening.